we're going to be solving math for grade 4, week 4. So let's start. We have two answers here. xt is a chord in a circle and VO is your radius in the circle. Now, why do we choose these two as our correct statements? Is because xt is the points that are on the circumference. So x and t are on the outside, which is a circumference, and it's being connected by a line. So this is a chord. This is called a chord. So that's the definition of a chord. The next thing is VO. Now, why do I choose VO? Because it's passing at the center. What do I mean by the center and how do you know it's a center? Because it's O. The center is pointed as O, and VO is half of that. So you have VY, which will be the diameter, and half of that is the radius, VO. Let's go to the next one. So these two are your answers. The next answer here, how do you know what kind of shape is this? You'll count how many sides does it have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides means it's a pentagon. So all of these shapes, they'll have specific names. Like you will say a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, and that's why it starts with tri. Okay? Now let's go to the next one. Here, how many lines of symmetry? What does symmetry mean? Symmetry means that the shape is being divided into half. So it's being divided like this and like this. These two are equally in half. That's what symmetry means. So how many lines that we made here? 2. So we have 2 lines of symmetry. The next one is a scalene. What does a scalene mean? Is that one side, none of these are equal. As you can see, none of these are equal. So when this happens, is that you will say that has 0 lines of symmetry. So 0 lines of symmetry means that you cannot make any line that will actually cut it into equal parts. Because even when you see here, you're cutting it, you're making this line. This part is shorter than this part. One is shorter than the second part. And that's not what line of symmetry wants. Let's go to the next one. And here, first of all, you need to know what are your conversion factors. Now, for your conversion factors, you need to memorize them. Now, the first one is a ton. So what is a ton? 1 ton. So 1 ton is 1,000 grams. Sorry, 1,000 kilograms. So 1,000 kilograms. Now 1 ton is equals to 1,000 kilograms. So what are you going to do? You're going to multiply here by 1,000. So you multiply here by 1,000. Whenever you multiply by 1,000, the number becomes bigger. So what will be our answer here? 230 and then 100 because our decimal point moved out. I'll show this to you like this, 130.1 ton. So how will you move this? Let's remove the ton so we can actually show how the decimal point is moving. So 1, 2, 3. So 0, 0, and your decimal point will be here, and you don't need to mention that anymore because any decimal point in here and the zeros after it, they don't matter because there's no important number after it. It's just zeros. So let's move on to the next one. So 0.056 kgs. How do we convert that into grams? What do we know about the conversion factor? 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So again, what will you do here? You will be dividing here by 1,000. So here you divide by 1,000. You take the decimal point. Sorry, you'll be multiplying by 1,000, my bad. You'll be multiplying by 1,000 and you will be moving the decimal point to the right. So 1, 2, 3. So what is the answer? 56. Now the next one is 230, and 000. That's your grams into ton. Now remember, when you're converting grams into ton, there are 2 conversion factors you're supposed to keep in mind. One which will go from your ton into your kilograms. The next one which will go from your kilograms to grams. So now you're going to add all of this up and then you will divide or multiply. Okay? So for example, for 1 ton, I'll write it here. So 1 ton, it's going to be equals to 1,000 kilograms. We said that previously as well in part A, 1,000 kilograms, which your 1,000 kilograms is equals to 1,000 grams. So what do we understand from here? That eventually 230,000 grams equals to 1 ton. How many tons is that? We're going to divide. So how much are we going to divide by? How many zeros do you see here? 6. So we're going to divide by 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 6 zeros. Do you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So divide by 1000, because why do we divide here? And whenever you're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, the number becomes smaller. So you'll be dividing. So what do we do here? What is our final answer when we divide? 0.23. We'll be moving the decimal point inwards. So let's see how will it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will land right here. 0.23. The rest of it, like I said previously, these zeros don't matter, so you won't be writing them because they're on the right side of the decimal. And the numbers, they will matter, 2 and 3, so you'll write them, but the zeros don't. Let's go to the next one. 6.6500 milligrams will be how many grams? What is the conversion factor? 1 gram is equals to 1000 milligrams, right? 1 gram is equals to 1000 milligrams. How will you convert this? Is that you will be dividing by 1000. So here it will be divided by 1000. Again, because you're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so you'll be dividing. The number is going to become smaller. So what is it? 6.5. 6.5 is your answer here. Again, I will show that to you. 6.6500. The decimal point is always outside the whole number. So the decimal point will be moving inwards. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. This is your inward because it's divided by 1000. So we're going to move it as many zeros as you have here. Okay, let's go to the next question. I hope you understood this one. Okay, in here, whenever you have a perimeter, you're supposed to add all the sides. So you have 5 here. For the rectangles, the length is equal. So 5 will be here as well. 2 is here, 2 will be here as well. 7, again, I'm just going to write all the numbers and then we can start solving it. So 7 here, 7 will be here as well. And for square, all the sides are equal. So 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, now let's start this. For the first one, when you add it, 5 plus 5 is 10. So 5 plus 5 is 10. And plus 2 plus 2. I'll write it here so it becomes easier. So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 2, 12, plus 2, 14. So here answer is going to be 14. The next one is your square. You're just going to add all of the sides. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. That's going to be 28. Let's go to the next question. I hope that was easy for you. The same thing we will do in here. We'll add all of them. Let's just write it like this. 12 plus 15 plus 5 plus 7. So you're going to add all of these. What do you get? You get 39 for the first one. And for the second one, you're going to follow the same process. You're going to add all of the sides and you'll get 33. So you add all of 8, 10 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5. Do add them. And if you get any mistakes, you can always comment bottom and tell me what mistakes you're getting or anything that you're missing. You can always ask me in the comments. I'll be replying as soon as I see them. So the second thing here, now let's understand this. What are they asking? Which is the warmest city? Now remember, when you're talking about temperature, when it's going towards warmer, the number is supposed to be less negative. Remember, less negative the number is, the warmer it is. What do I mean by that? Whenever you see around us right now, whenever you see the temperature, the higher it is, it's 40, right? 40 degrees Celsius. It's going to be higher than 30 degrees Celsius. The same thing in the negative, but it runs in the opposite direction. Why? Because there's a negative sign. What do I mean by that? Is that if when you make the number a line, -9 is smaller than -2. It's the opposite to the positive ones. So forget that if that's more complicated, just focus on this. So -9 is smaller than -2. The same thing, -9 is -9 is smaller than -3. Okay, so let's go back in here. What is happening here? The temperature is here. Which one is the smallest? The smallest or the warmest city is going to be -2 here. So -2 is going to be, which country is that? Berlin. The next thing, Paris is 11 degrees warmer than Minsk. So what is that? So if we write here Minsk is -10, right? -10. We're going to start on the graph line as -10. So the easiest way how you can do this is you can do from -10 to 0. How much did it cover? 10. And then it's supposed to cover one more. So you will go one more here, which is 1, which will be 11 degrees. Completed your 11 degrees. If this is more complicated, another way of doing this, you can count backwards. What do I mean by backwards is that you will go minus 10, because remember we're going towards the warmer. When we go towards the warmer, so it means that it's increasing, we plus. When we plus, it becomes minus 9 because we're going towards the positive. Remember that, keep that in mind. Minus 9, minus 8, minus 7, keep doing that. Minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, sorry, let's remove that, negative, 0, and 1, right? So how are we going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. There you go. You reach the degrees, 1 degree. Do you understand this? You can do it both ways. One is more manually, and the other one, you can do it more quicker. The next one is whenever, remember, smallest angles, let me explain this to you, that this is your right angle, right? Any angle that's smaller than this is going to be acute, and any angle larger than this will be obtuse. So this angle, like you can see like this, it's smaller than this. So this one became acute. Like it's less than 90. So it will be 80, 70, 60, even like you can say 89. So all of those will be acute. If it's larger, it's going to be like this. Okay, so this is going to be larger than 90. So this is your obtuse. Now, what is the smallest angle here? Like I explained, it will be this one because it's less than 90. A. Let's go to the next one. What is the largest angle? Now remember, there is one angle that is special than acute, obtuse, and right, is a reflex angle. Reflex angles are larger than 180. Keep that in mind, they're larger than 180. If they are larger than 180, it means they are outside. They're also outside. Like you will see, like these are angles. For example, I'm saying these are inside, and this one will be outside. Okay, so this is called a reflex angle. So this is going to be the largest. Why is it the largest? Because it's more than 180. And all of the rest of these, they are with 90. So less than 90 or more than 90. But the reflex angle that's outside is going to be more than 180. So this is going to be E. Now let's look at this again. What is a reflex angle? I just explained it previously, an angle that's outside. So what do I mean by outside? These angles are inside. I mean outside the two lines. So this is going to be a reflex angle, which is more than 180. Let's go here. Which two angles together make one complete turn? Now, how will you know how to make the complete turn? First of all, you know that complete turns means 360. We want a big angle and a smaller angle. So an angle that's going to be more than 180, 180 is going to be E, okay? An angle that is more than 180, and an angle that is smaller, a bit smaller, so it completes the 360 degree. So it's going to be, let's say, D, okay? This one is smaller and this one is larger than 180 and a bit smaller than that. So this is still larger than 90 but smaller than your biggest angles, like B, I mean by B. So smaller than this. So it will be approximately around 360. It will make one complete turn. The next we are going to talk about 12 is, question number 12 is, let's look into it. What is this? Is that select the correct option, the drop-down menu, and fill in the blank and make the statement true. Now, angle ABC, you can see angle ABC is making a larger angle than 90. So when you zoom in into this, you can see that this is 120. You can directly see from the graph that's 120. So it's going to be obtuse and it's 120. Okay, this is easy. You just need to focus on the fact that it's an angle that's larger than 90 and zoom in into the shape, and you will see that this is the angle 120. Okay, do you understand? Then we can go back.